Mark, you mentioned quite a couple of people that you look up to, and obviously these have different leadership styles. What are the traits that you've adopted out of these people, out of your father and Sir Alex Ferguson, that you employ when you deal with your HR team here at Nectar?
So, first things first, as an HR person, I believe that when you join an organization, first you have to adopt and learn the culture, as we were saying, and the business, and what are the needs. Let's say Nectar. When I was going to join Nectar, it was going to start another growth phase. So I knew beforehand that there will be recruitment, there will be new talent who are going to join the organization. So I had to adopt to that type of business model, because the business, there are a lot of cycles going on. Then there was a time when we wanted to do restructuring, so we had to adopt to the restructuring. There was a period of time when we did consolidation, so we wanted to find who are our best people. We wanted to do and have the methods, the equipment, the software whatsoever to identify this type of people, so we make sure that we always retain our best talent. And then there came another phase when it has to do with growth. If I had to come back to your question, you have to do it the company way, not the other way around. If I had to speak about Nectar, and I have to even say that even my late father-in-law or even the directors, I see a lot of professionality in these type of people, something which I really enjoyed, and a lot of people, even seasoned or people have been with Nectar for a very, very long time. Sometimes, you come angry because there is something wrong, and being a small company, his office wasn't here, just next to me. And you see people coming angry, especially salespeople, with that ego and don't touch my money, my commission whatsoever. And I come into his office, 20 minutes passes by, and they come out laughing whatsoever. So I wanted to understand what you're doing, Charles. I want to understand this because it will help me a lot. But in order to do that, I had to understand the organization, the way it worked. And if there were any sort of repercussions, it's not because I want to be, I wanted to take something out of you, but you were going as a salesperson. Let's take it for example. He's doing something, he's getting something, but thanks to his moves, other people, especially in the warehouse, they had to do a lot of things so they can accommodate this person. For instance, it's the end of the month, you have your targets, then is my client, you ask me 2 boxes of pata crepes, and I will write down 5 boxes so that I can close my target. So the moment that you enter 5 boxes, it will go into our system. The warehouse picker has to pick 5 boxes. It will go into the truck. It will be loaded 5 boxes. The delivery person goes to the client. They unload 5 boxes. And that moment in time, the shop owner say, "Oi, I ordered 2, not 5. Okay, so we have to do a credit note for 3 boxes. Those 3 boxes have to be reloaded in the van. They come back here and they have to put in once again back in the stores. So just for this person to close his target, all these behind the scenes went by, which is wrong, just for the sake for this person. So the moment that we started educating our people, listen, we do this the right way in the first place, then by time that type of culture started adopting itself in the company. Nectar is it's no secret. I mean, everyone knows, especially people who are in the FMCG, especially in our sector when it comes to food and beverages, that Nectar is a professional organization. We believe in discipline, but then what you understand by saying discipline for us is that come what may, as long as you have been employed by Nectar, even if you are a 16 or 17 or 18-year-old or a 60-year-old, be it a male or a female, a male or a male, the moment that you have been employed by Nectar, we're going to treat with respect. You're going to be treated as person, as a senior person,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to give you all the information, all the tools, come what may. But the moment that you're outside there, especially once you finish your training,
Mm-hmm.
you're an ambassador of our company. So if there's a good thing or a bad thing, or if we receive a phone call, we're going to turn to that person and tell them, listen, we have this type of information, how we're going to go about it,
Mhm.
or what is your view, you know? For us, that's discipline, because we're empowering our people.
They're made accountable.
They are being made accountable, exactly. So all this, when I did understand this type of information, the way that we deal our people on a one-to-one person, you know, it was much easier for me to start dealing with people.
Okay.
There was a time when I was next to Charles. Then there was a time when I was next to the directors. There was a time when I was next to other sales managers. There was a time when I was next to even delivery people who had a lot of experience, more than me. But the more that I started getting this type of information, the way how we go about it, you know, it helped me a lot. So nowadays, I think that I learned the craft, you know, how when people even come angry, how I deal with them, and I would make sure that once they're going to leave my office, patti chiari, amicizia lunga, they say in
Yeah.
Italian, everything is black or white, no gray areas. You know where you stand with me.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing which I have learned, don't promise nothing if you can't
Mm-hmm.
keep your word. That will be one of the worst things that you can do. So I tell you, I'm going to do my best. I'm not promising you anything. I will see, you know. But then there are times when the person has to help himself as well.
Yes. Yes.
For example, in the past 2 years, especially, we saw a lot of people coming demanding for a pay increase, you know, or in that case, there were instances whereby we said, listen, we want to increase so much, this and that, the whole department, etc., etc. Nowadays, we know where we stand, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if a person comes into my office, listen, Mark, I would like to have an increase. Thanks to the performance review, all the information, the 360 performance, etc., etc.
Yeah.
I know exactly who is the person in front of me. If he is one of the best people, then I will see how I can help this person.
Yeah.
If this person is a floater or in the red zone area, I will tell him, listen, help me and I will help you, you know, but
Mhm.
you have to do your part. This is where you stand. It's no surprise that you have, because you have a lot of ongoing conversations with your manager.
Mhm.
So the moment that I see that you're doing your part and from here you are
Yeah. Yeah.
going up the ladder, then I will definitely put my face for you. No doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to put everything in clear. They know where they stand with me, and if I cannot promise them something, or if I'm not going to put my face for them, I will tell them why.
Mm-hmm.
And all these things put together helped me how I can regain the trust of my people, and I try to share this information not with my HR colleagues, with all our leadership people as well.
Okay. So if I understood correctly what you're trying to express is that by embracing the ethos of the company and sort of the modus operandi in that case, you polished your leadership style, and it is just the way you operate in terms of leadership. So you adopt this again, the ethos of the company in order for you to manage your
in a
your
very, very short nutshell,
yeah.
I adopted myself to the ethos of the company.
Yeah.
When I understood them, I wanted to live them. I wanted to walk the talk, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm really comfortable with the ethos, with the vision and the mission and the values of the company, because they are part and parcel of
Yes.
who I am,
Yes.
what was my background, from where I came from. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm still working and I'm still representing Nectar, because what I believe are the beliefs of the company.
Yeah.